I'm taking on a new Disney snack challenge today. Along with giving you the latest and greatest snacks you can find around Disneyland in 2025, I'm also going to rank each Disneyland area based on how epic their snack game is. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. We're doing something fun and different with today's Disneyland Snacks video. We're going to take you with us inside each area around the two Disneyland parks, both DCA and Disneyland, and rank each area by how awesome their snack selections are on a scale of 1 to 5 Mickey waffle heads. 1 being meh and 5 being there's probably something potato-y or cheesy here that AJ loves. But along with these rankings, we're also going to show you new or highly underrated snacks, if possible, featured in each area of the park as well, because if you're a Disneyland local, you want to know what's brand new, right? Right. But first, we need to talk about something super important that's just happened in the world of Disneyland snackage, and that's a brand new confectionery. Remember the old Marceline's confectionery in downtown Disney? If you don't, no biggie, but if you do, you're going to be really shocked the next time you step inside this shopping district, because this little sugary store has undergone a major transformation. Marceline's became Disney Wonderful World of Sweets on January 22nd, and this reimagined sweets shop serves classic Disney treats like caramel apples, Mickey crispy treats, marshmallow ones, cherry sour balls, glorious, lollipops, and my personal favorite, the churro toffee. The reimagined World of Sweets also has started selling freshly made Werther's original caramel popcorn, which is a big deal for the DFB squad because that's one of the key reasons why we love caramel kusha over in Epcot so stinking much. Now, this colorful confectionery also has an exhibition kitchen where you can see all the adorable treats as they're freshly created in-house. And then there's Poppy, the new World of Sweets mascot, who we absolutely love. Poppy is supposed to look like a piece of popcorn, but she kind of reminds me of Star from the movie Wish, transformed into one of the Wishables plushies. Anyway, do you see it? Tell me I'm not the only one. Poppy's hanging out all over the store, and you can purchase her popcorn bucket too. And now on with the rankings. In California Adventure, we're going to start on Buena Vista Street right there at the front of the park. There's a lot to try right off the bat once you step into DCA. While Buena Vista Street is usually most known for its fancy pants table service, Carthay Circle restaurant, don't let that distract you from the other places around this section of the park that have great sweet and savory offerings you can pick up on the go. Buena Vista is where you're going to find the flagship DCA confectionery, Trolley Treats. This is a place that's constantly rotating out goodies and replacing them with fresh seasonal options. So you're going to find something new here each time you visit. This is also where you're going to find the Fiddler, Pfeiffer, and Practical Cafe, which is DCA's Starbucks supplier. But I think one of the most noteworthy snack locations that you're going to find right when you enter the park is Clarabelle's hand-scooped ice cream. Famous for its dipped waffle cones and hand-dipped ice bars, as well as its ice cream floats, massive sundaes, and unique seasonal offerings too. Quick side note, throughout today's video, you're probably going to hear me state that several Disneyland locations have seasonal offerings on their menu. Disneyland is the king of rotating in seasonal offerings, again, because Disneyland is mostly a locals park and they want to try something new and different when they're there. So you're going to see a lot of menus change up and things are going to come and go. Now, this is great because that means there's a high chance there'll be something brand new for you to try the next time you visit, but it also makes doing these kinds of videos hard because sometimes the stuff we get really excited about is, out the door the next week. Now, Disneyland will normally list on the top of their online menus if a sweet or savory option is only going to be around as a seasonal offering. That way you won't be guessing whether or not a certain snack might or might not be available during your trip's time frame. Next is Hollywoodland. Now, Hollywoodland doesn't quite live up to the offerings you can find down Buena Vista Street, but they've still got a few solid options you can turn to. Award Wieners is probably the staple snack location here with its variety of unique hot dogs and corn dogs and lots of seasonal offerings. But if I'm ordering something here, it's usually going to be a basket of film strip fries, which are like if you combine curly fries and steak fries into one Franken-fry, and you got the fun swirliness of the curly fries, but you got the thickness of the steak fries. We love to get a side of plastic cheese to dip these guys in. It's one of my favorite snacks in DCA. Now you can also load up your film strip fries, make them asada fries topped with marinated carne asada, cheddar cheese, cilantro, onions, salsa de arbol, and guacamole. Hollywoodland is also the home of schmoozies, where you can pick up non-alcoholic or alcoholic specialty smoothies and coffees and limited time shakes. Now, schmoozies has been interesting lately. They've been bringing up some seasonal stuff that's pretty good, so definitely keep an eye on that one. Dark horse. But other than that, the latest snack you can pick up from this area of the park that you might be interested in trying are the chicharrones from Fairfax Market, which are very similar to a pork rind and come with a package of hot sauce for dipping. Rank 2 out of 5. Ooh, unique and experimental and heroic snacks. Now we're talking. We are in Avengers Campus. This place entered the scene in 2021. We've had a good time trying out their variety of MCU-inspired snacks. From the shawarma variety at the Shawarma Palace cart to the variety of mocktails straight out of Pym Tasting Lab to the on-again, off-again relationship we've had with the Choco Smash candy bar at Pym Test Kitchen, since it disappears and reappears on a whim, breaking our heart and then making us forgive it again. Tasting our way around Avengers Campus has always been an adventure. But one of the snack carts we tend to overlook in this section of the park is Terran Treats. And you know what? That makes sense. Terran Treats doesn't have a very big menu. And when Pym Test Kitchen is literally right there, serving up a whole assortment of macro and micro snacks and entrees, it's no wonder we forget Terran Treats exists. However, the Cosmic Cream Orb that you can find at Terran Treats has been a reliable sweet snack option for this little cart since its grand opening. And it's a great desserty snack for those who A, love the color purple. Seriously, this treat looks like something Thanos would love because it reminds him of him. And B, really love cheesecake. Sorry, Bria, that eliminates you. And C, are looking for something light and fruity and affordable to munch on while they're on the go. Rank 4 out of 5 for Avengers Campus. We've made it over to Grizzly Peak. Now, Grizzly Peak, I love you so much. You're probably my favorite area of Disney California Adventure, but when it comes to your snack offerings, you're lacking. Maybe you're snack lacking. Maybe you're slacking. At Grizzly Peak, you're going to find churro carts, which, hey, I'm all about the churros. You're going to find popcorn. You're going to find Smoke Jumper's Grill, which is a quick service open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But honestly, I like going here for breakfast the most just because it's got a whole decent variety of sweet and savory morning grub and a lot of indoor seating in the dining room. But beyond that, not much else to munch on here. Truth be told, if I'm in this area of the park and I'm looking for a small smack roll or two, I'm more apt to just take Grizzly Peak's dedicated entrance into Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, so I can grab something from Hearthstone Lounge for a peaceful afternoon break. While you will usually need to join a walk-up waitlist via the Disneyland app to access this lounge, once you're inside, you'll be surrounded by rustic decor and a crackling fireplace and a menu of lounge bites such as, but not limited to, French onion soup, chorizo poutine, cookie butter brulee, and several types of handcrafted cocktails and mocktails. Just keep in mind the food here is not really snack priced, so expect to pay around $15 or more for each of your items here. Rank 1 out of 5 for Grizzly Peak, but 5 out of 5 for Hearthstone Lounge. And now we've come to Snack Lovers Paradise, Paradise Garden Park. Paradise Garden Park is where you're going to find the whole lineup of DCA's festival booths. DCA celebrates 3 unique festivals each year. There's Lunar New Year at the start of the year, Food and Wine, which happens in the spring, and Festival of Holidays, which is an end-of-the-year shindig. And with each new festival, you're going to find a bunch of new food booths over in Paradise Garden Park to snack your way around. Now, keep in mind that Paradise Garden doesn't hog all the limited-time festival foods. Lots of DCA locations will also have seasonal festival specialties on their menus too, which you'll be able to find featured on those online Disneyland menus ahead of your visit or, on Disney Food Blog. But if you're looking for back-to-back exclusive snacks, Paradise Garden's going to be your tasting playground. The downside of all this, there's not always going to be a festival going on in DCA. In fact, during the summer, DCA kind of hits a festival dry spell, so the Paradise Garden Park snacks become a whole lot more limited. But even without a festival to rely on, you'll still be able to find the classic Corn Dog Castle kiosk here, which serves up fresh hand-battered corn dogs, and the cheddar cheese stick, which is my favorite. That's a battered snack that replaces the hot dog center with lots and lots of globby golden goodness. Rank 4 out of 5. Moving on to Cars Land. Are you going to get the best quality snacks ever over in Cars Land? Probably not, but are you going to get a lot of different snack options that you can order out of oversized traffic cones? You betcha! Cars Land is a hub for lots of theme park snack staples, and the majority of those snacks can be found at the Cozy Cone Motel, which is made up of 5 bright orange cones that each have something different available at their counter service windows. Here you're going to find churros, ice cream, chimichangas, a Disneyland Disneyland classic snack, popcorn, but probably the most unique snack option out of the bunch is going to be the snacks served in the third orange cone, the chili cone queso. The chili cone queso is a bread cone filled with beef chili, cheddar cheese, and corn chips, and honestly, while I do call this one a snack, you could probably treat it as a full-blown meal. Same goes for the bacon mac and cheese cone, something you're gonna learn very quickly about Disneyland. They sure do love stuffing mac and cheese inside of bread, and I'm not one to complain about carbs on carbs, so bring it on. Now, as you're looking at these, some longtime Disney fans are gonna be like, AJ, that looks a lot like a handwich. And yes it does. I think handwiches were probably the originator of these kinds of stuffed bread snacks. And if you've been following Disney Food Blog for a long time, then you know that this stuffed mac and cheese cone actually started over at Fantasmic. It was an option to get at Fantasmic in Disney World, and then when they created Cars Land, they moved it over there. I know, my head is full of a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. I get it. Aside from the cozy cones, you've got the grab and go market toward the entrance of this land called Fillmore's Taste Inn, which has those very basic snacks like pickles and assorted fruit, as well as Flo's V8 Cafe, which is more of a quick service, less of a snack location, though you can always pick up a classic shake or a side of steak fries from here if the mood strikes ya. Rank 3 out of 5 for Cars Land, which is kind of painful. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried when Pacific Wharf transformed into San Francisco Square back in 2023, but DCA's done a really nice job of preserving our past favorite snacks while introducing us to some new top-tier snack contenders as well. Walk with me. I got a lot of snacks I want to show you here in very limited amount of time to cover as much as possible. Port of San Francisco Cerveceria is the new beer garden on the block, though if you're looking for a snack to help soak up the alcohol, you can find pretzel-wrapped hot dogs at this location too, served with scallions and mustard, and we love these. Then you've got Cocina Cucamonga Mexican Grill, a counter service with street-style tacos and corn and quesadilla that will blow your mind at how flavorful it is. Disneyland's also big on its birria loaded offerings, not to be confused with my scriptwriter. Birria. Two different things. The Lucky Fortune Cookery has been around since before the San Francisco days, and once again, DCA is showing its love for all things beef birria by serving up this beef birria ramen that's really cozy to slurp up on those rare chilly Anaheim days. The ramen also comes loaded with a soft-boiled egg, Monterey Jack cheese, cilantro, onions, and radish. Rita's Turbine Blenders gives you a place to grab a fruity margarita, pina colada, or non-alcoholic turbine twirler. These come in 4 different flavors: wild cherry, lemon lime, strawberry, or blue raspberry, and each is topped off with a peach gummy ring. And then you got Aunt Cass's Cafe, which is where you'll find fresh sourdough bread bowls filled with your choice of clam chowder, creamy mac and cheese, or broccoli, cheese, and bok choy soup. Now, the sourdough bread bowls filled with mac and cheese, I understand, is carbs on carbs, but it is so indulgent and so delicious. The sourdough bread is perfect. It is newly baked. It is just fresh as fresh can be, and the mac and cheese is very good. So I'm just saying it might be time to indulge yourself there. This is also the location where you can pick up a loaf of sourdough bread in the shape of Mickey's head or Baymax's entire body. And while San Francisco usually gets the brunt of our attention when it comes to snacks, don't forget that you'll find a Ghirardelli soda fountain and chocolate shop around this section of the park too, which has high quality sundaes, shakes, and hot cocos, meaning every temperature is a good temperature to visit this place. Oh, and by the way, don't forget that there's the Boudin Bakery walkthrough exhibit here. It's basically a factory tour, and it is so interesting to do. You get free bread. I love it. Not enough people do it, and I understand if you're only there for one day and you're trying to knock out all the rides, got it, but this is a good place to go to just kind of get some AC and watch them make those Mickey-shaped sourdough breads. It's really cool. But I think it's safe to say that the main reason you come over to this area of the park, aside from giving Baymax a giant hug, is because you want to do some serious snacking. And unlike Paradise Garden Park, these snack stands don't disappear at the end of a festival season. Rank 5 out of 5. So before we move on to the Disney park that started it all, Disneyland herself, I want to make sure you are set up for more than just awesome Disneyland snacking. I want to make sure you're set up for an awesome vacation in Disneyland, period. Which is why the team and I have created a free guide that's going to help you pull off 3 perfect days at Disneyland, while also illustrating the key differences between planning a Disneyland trip and a Disney World trip. Go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or if you're on your phone, head over to disneyfoodblog.com/Disneyland plans after this, so we can send that free guide to your email as soon as possible. All right, heading over to Disneyland, just right across the Esplanade. starting in Main Street, USA. Disneyland Park doesn't even try to attempt holding back their best snacks. Just as soon as you walk through the main gate and start making your way down Main Street, USA, bam, you got Jolly Holiday Bakery with its pastries and grilled cheese and tomato soup. You got seasonal churro carts, you got the Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor, you got Candy Palace and Candy Kitchen, where you're gonna find those super popular fudgy eggs around Easter time and the giant hand-pulled candy canes at Christmas. And you've got the Little Red Wagon and its freshly dipped hand-battered corn dogs. And that's not all of it. There's more going on here on this street. There is no escaping the plethora of really awesome sweet and savory snacks around this strip of the park. And you know I love having an opportunity to say the word plethora. They're going to be surrounding you all down Main Street, USA, and you are going to love it. Now, here's a place on Main Street, USA that we typically overlook, but just recently, they've released a bunch of new snacks that have really grabbed our attention and held it. And that's the Refreshment Corner, which is next door neighbors with the Candy Palace. Not only does the Refreshment Corner have mac and cheese and a sourdough bread bowl, oh, hey, we just talked about that, but they've also got a new birria potato, a baked potato topped with beef birria, pepper jack cheese, and salsa verde. This is a new DFB favorite. The birria meat is sweet and juicy and tender, and the salsa verde provides that nice, cool, and spicy flavor that cuts through the sweetness of the beef. Oh, and you know what else you can find at Refreshment Corner now? My beloved Matterhorn macaroon. If you've watched our other Disneyland videos, you know that my scriptwriter Bria and I have this ongoing debate about which is better, the Matterhorn macaroon or the Raspberry Rose macaron at Jolly Holiday Bakery. I think the fact that the Matterhorn macaroon can now be found in 2 places on Main Street, USA just plays in my favor. Don't you agree? But I digress. What Bria and I can both 100% agree on is that we love Jolly Holiday, as well as the many, many, many snacks you can find in Main Street, USA. You're off to a great start, Disneyland Park. Let's keep the momentum going. Rank 5 out of 5. Oh goodness, I gotta talk about something really important real fast that's happening in 2025 that could totally impact the way you snack around Disneyland. Disneyland will officially turn 70 on July 17th, 2025. And if I could age as gracefully as Disneyland has, I will be one happy gal. So in honor of the park's big 7-0 milestone, it's gonna be releasing a lot of new decorations and shows and merchandise, and of course, a bajillion new snacks. We talk more about what Disneyland's planning on doing for its big celebration this year and how you can be a part of the fun too during our best times to go to Disneyland in 2025 video. But just so it's on your radar, stay alert for more new snacks to be released as Disneyland continues to celebrate its big birthday bash, because you know they don't have short parties. They're going to celebrate for like a year and a half. All right, moving into Adventureland. So Adventureland stays true to its name by offering truly adventurous snack options in this area of Disneyland. I've always been a huge supporter of Bengal barbecue, what with their savory skewer variety, and it's nice to know I've always got a reliable place to grab a traditional pineapple Dole Whip or Dole Whip float before or after a visit to Enchanted Tiki Room. However, the section of Adventureland where you're bound to find the most seasonal snack varieties or newest snack additions is going to be Tropical Hideaway. Tropical Hideaway not only serves the classic pineapple Dole Whip, but often you're going to find the chili mango whip swirl here. Even though it is advertised as a seasonal offering, it just knows we're going to miss it too much if it disappears for too long. The chili mango whip swirl is served with chamoy, mango, and chili lime seasoning. So if you have any spice aversion, you probably want to skip out on this one. But if you're looking for a totally unique way to enjoy classic Disney treats, Tropical Hideaway's got your ticket to uniqueness. This is also the place where you're going to be able to pick up a bao flight, which will give you 3 of whatever flavor baos are currently on offer. At the time of recording, I think there's only 2 bao flavors at the moment, the lime chicken and the char siu pork, aka a sweet and sticky roasted pork option. So this trio will allow you to double up on one of these flavors, or honestly, you could order 3 of the same flavor for this flight if you really wanted to, which would be cheaper than ordering 3 of the same flavors individually. Rank 4 out of 5. If you haven't caught on yet, there's a trend going on here, and that trend is Disneyland has a lot of really good snacks, like a lot. And New Orleans Square keeps that trend moving along steadily. New Orleans Square is best known for 2 specific types of snacks. 1, mint juleps, which you can find over at the Mint Julep Bar, pretty self-explanatory, and 2, beignets, which you can also find at the Mint Julep Bar, as well as at Tiana's Palace Quick Service. But where I actually want to turn more of your attention toward today is the lesser-known Royal Street veranda window. because it's got some new snacks that I sure hope are sticking around for the long run. Recently, Royal Street Veranda added a snack-sized version of Disneyland's famous Monte Cristo sandwich, which you can typically find over at Cafe Orleans and Blue Bayou. This version is much like the traditional deep-fried sandwich, filled with ham, turkey, Swiss cheese, and dusted with Mardi Gras powdered sugar, and served with a side of jam. It's just smaller, which means the price tag is smaller too. Typically, if you order a Monte Cristo from Cafe Orleans, you're going to pay $25 for it, but this snack version will only put you back about $11. And if you come here in the morning, right around breakfast time, you can order the Waffle Cristo instead, which is very similar to a Monte Cristo, only your bread is going to be a waffle. The specialty morning offering comes in a full size for just over $11 or a half size for just over $7. Another major reason people love snacking in New Orleans Square are for those fresh baked packages of chocolate chip cookies you can find over at Harbor Galley. Now, these are comfort food for the soul. They're nothing different than just like freshly baked cookies, like even from like cookie dough from the store. It's nothing that you can't make at home, but sometimes a freshly baked cookie that's warm from the oven just hits the spot when you're in Disneyland, and that's what these do. You can get these in a 6-pack or a 13-pack, and depending on the time of year, you might also be able to purchase a cup of whipped icing to dunk them in. The whipped icings tend to switch up their flavor along with the season, but the most recent flavor we've seen is chocolate hazelnut whip, which is basically like a Nutella icing. Now, if you're looking for New Orleans-inspired staple snacks, then this Disneyland Square is your place to be. Just keep in mind that aside from the mint juleps, New Orleans Square harbors a lot of fried snacks that can be pretty heavy, so you might want to consider splitting some with a friend if you're looking to try out multiple items from this location. 5 out of 5. Formerly known as Critter Country, does Bayou Country have anything fresh and new when it comes to the Disneyland snack scene? Well, kind of. Bayou Country doesn't have a whole lot of snack options to choose from. You're going to find your classic churros here and some specialty lemonades and maybe some pineapple with chamoy over at the fruit cart, but the newest noteworthy section in this area is the recently remodeled Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, which usually you treat this as one of the quick services when you're looking for heartier eats at a more affordable price point, but there are a couple of a la carte sides you might want to pick up here for some afternoon snackage instead, such as the loaded fries with smoked pulled pork, queso sauce, pickled red onions, pickled jalapenos, cilantro, and scallions, or the churro funnel fries dusted with cinnamon sugar and topped with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, caramel drizzle, and whipped topping. Or you can pull back on the ice cream and just get the funnel cake fries dusted with powdered sugar for something that's still sweet and fried to golden perfection, but maybe not nearly as heavy. Okay, you guys get this. Right next to the Many Adventures with Winnie the Pooh dark ride, you'll find Pooh Corner Bakery. And this is where you're going to be able to purchase an assortment of brittles and toffees, like the English toffee with almonds, the classic peanut brittle, and, brace yourself, the ever so glorious churro toffee squares with white chocolate coating and cinnamon churro sugar. Now, you can get these at pretty much any candy store in Disneyland, but it's always good to know that there's a little shop tucked back here in Bayou Country where you can get it too. Rank for Critter Country, 3 out of 5. So here's what I can say about snacking around Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland versus Hollywood Studios. I think I like snacking around Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland more, and that's for a few different reasons. One, Oga's Cantina in Disneyland serves a garlic cheese 5 blossom bread with spicy cheese sauce. This is the best bread this side of the galaxy. It's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and the cheese has this slight kick to it, but not enough to burn your tongue and make you beg for a glass of milk. 2, I like the Katsaka's kettle popcorn better here. I know, Bria for some reason thinks the Outpost mixed popcorn is good over in Hollywood Studios, but I am not a fan. However, I do like the specialty Katsaka's popcorn that pops up on the Disneyland menu, especially if they've got their chocolate popcorn with the crate red salt available, which is like a chocolate-coated kettle corn that I'm super craving right about now. And 3, because Disneyland celebrates the Season of the Force, which will be happening in 2025 starting March 28th to May 11th, even more exclusive intergalactic snacks will be popping up on the menus across Disneyland's version of Galaxy's Edge, which we cannot wait to check out soon. Rank for Galaxy's Edge, 3 out of 5. We've made it to Frontierland. This here's the Wild Wild West, so I guess we can expect some wild snacks out yonder, right? Well, not really. Frontierland's actually more of a safe haven when it comes to snacks, so think churros and popcorn, ice cream sundaes from Golden Horseshoe, things like that. Recently, the Golden Horseshoe released a new Disney treat called So M&M's and Twix Walk Into a Candy Bar Sundae. And if I'm being real with y'all, I enjoy the name more than I do the actual sundae, not because the sundae's bad, but just because it's nothing that your Sonic drive-thru back home couldn't accomplish themselves. It's chocolate chip ice cream topped with hot fudge drizzle, chocolate chip cookies, chocolate bar pieces, M&M's milk chocolate candies, Twix cookie bar pieces, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. Kids are gonna love it, you'll laugh at the name, but otherwise, it's not going to be the most unique treat you pick up in Disneyland. My favorite place to make a pit stop in Frontierland is definitely the Rancho del Zocalo quick service, but that's more for lunch or dinner than an afternoon snack. However, I will say those crispy chips con limon that you can order as an a la carte side option are ridiculously addictive, thanks to that hint of salty citrus. You just want to grab a bag of these and keep them in your park bag all day. Rank 2 out of 5 for Frontierland. Moving on to Fantasyland. Fantasyland is a magical realm of sweet, savory, and memorable items to try. But don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. Maurice's Treats and Edelweiss Snacks have a hearty garlic cheesy pretzel bread that could serve as a full-on meal unless you decide to split it, of course. You can find all your classic Disneyland and theme park staples pretty much everywhere, including seasonal churros and popcorn, pretzels, ice cream bars, and more. And then there's my personal favorite Fantasyland booth of the bunch, Troubadour Tavern, where you can pick up loaded baked potatoes that could be topped off with barbecue burnt ends, chicken al pastor, or your typically butter, sour cream, cheese, and bacon bits variety. This is also the place to pick up the Fireside Mac and Cheese Bites, which were originally introduced to this booth as the Firetown Mac and Cheese Bites during Pixar Fest, inspired by the film Elemental. These fried Gouda mac and cheese bites are tossed in a 4-chili rub and have this really nice soft and chewy texture to them. If you like spice, this'll do it for you. These bites were definitely spicier than we were expecting them to be, but that being said, they weren't overdone by any means. Just enough heat to add an interesting extra flavor profile to the mix. Rank for Fantasyland, 4 out of 5. In Tomorrowland, if you're really looking for out-of-this-world snacks, you'll probably have better chances of finding something more unique and intergalactic over at Galaxy's Edge. However, that doesn't mean Tomorrowland has nothing of interest to offer. Along with those classic theme park staple snacks, Alien Pizza Planet has the green alien macaroon that you can order either as a dessert at the end of your meal or as a snack during your day. This macaroon is filled with salted caramel buttercream, chocolate ganache, and brownie bites, and he gets a little makeover for every season. In the past, we've seen the green alien macaroon take on a vampire persona during Halloween time, and he's also donned a pair of reindeer antlers or a festive little elf hat during the Christmas season too. Now, Mickey's Toontown might have been reimagined just a couple of years back, but its snack offerings still leave something to be desired. The most exciting snacks you're going to find in this section of the park will be over at Cafe Daisy, where you'll be able to pick up a specialty non-alcoholic beverage or a basket of Daisy's Goody Goody mini donuts with cinnamon sugar. Sometimes these donuts will also have limited time toppings to spruce them up, but all in all, they're really nothing to write home about. That being said, they're great for kids who want a snack but don't want to leave the Toontown area just yet because they're having such a good time running around at all the different interactive play areas. Rank 1 out of 5. So in conclusion, the team and I have awarded the best snacking locations to Pixar Pier and San Francisco Square in DCA, as well as Main Street USA and New Orleans Square in Disneyland Park. Now, I need to know, is there an area on this list that you felt was cheated out of the top ranking title? Let us know what you think in the comments, and go ahead and let us know what snacks you're most excited to try during your next Disneyland vacation too. And don't forget, we got a 3 perfect days in Disneyland free guide just waiting to send your way, so make sure to pick that up right now over at disneyfoodblog.com/DisneylandPlans. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.